Good morning and welcome to Mount Pleasant Live on this Tuesday, May 8th. How you doing, Nick? Welcome back to the studio, Nick Steffens.
Good morning. It's we're kind of in the same boat of moving, except I'm not moving a place, I'm moving my girlfriend in. So it's just been a stressful couple weeks.
So she's moving down here to Mount Pleasant, right?
Yep. Good old MP.
Good. I'm realizing I'm remembering muscles that I forgot I had from all the moving we're doing, lifting boxes and hauling stuff. But
that was me yesterday. We're like, why is my back hurting? And then I realized it's because I'm not as limber as I was 6 years ago.
Welcome to post-college life. Yep. And wait 20 years and see how it feels too, I might add. It's even better. So it was crazy. We chose to move this weekend on the worst possible day I think we could. It was 90 degrees outside, and we were hot. I think some of us were getting overheated, but today is going to be much better, and I really wish we would have taken today to move because it is going to be 63, partly cloudy. It's rather nice outside, which is good.
I mean, it'll get hotter later in the day, but it would have been a better morning to move.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of weekends, did you get any wind damage?
Yes, that was just nuts.
I think we need to talk about
that. Let's just, because it's like the elephant in the room or the massive dust storm in the room, if you will. We did okay. We didn't have anything significant. Lots of friends had issues, obviously. Yeah. And how about you guys? Did you have any damage at all?
Like 2 blocks away from me.
Yeah.
Well, I woke up and my outdoor furniture was gone.
Oh.
So that was, I had to track that down yesterday morning. Found it, most of all of it.
Oh my goodness.
There was like not a tarp, but it's like the kind of that woven kind of plasticky coated material that you like put down on the ground for
right.
I don't know what happened to that. That's gone.
You should see the Hy-Vee, the front of the Hy-Vee store, the gas station in front. That just the windows got just completely shattered and blown in.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. My take though is our buddy Ray Venz, who works here at Traction Steam, and his partner Amber Kegel got some incredible footage and pictures from New London looking back at Mount Pleasant I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was another derecho.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't technically.
Yeah.
It felt like the same thing.
It felt like a Dust Bowl, Oklahoma, like it was like this massive whirling thing of just like dust and
hail in it.
Yeah. It was just, I've never.
Did you lose power?
It flickered, but we were okay.
Mine went completely out. And I didn't think it was supposed to like hail or anything. And so I couldn't get into my garage to put my car away. And so I was just outside getting pelted, and it was not fun. Well,
and on that note, just real quick, just thank you to all of our linemen and line women, I guess, too. I don't know if we have any line women in Mount Pleasant, but line workers who are just working diligently to get everything back up and running after that storm. I mean, they were quick to the punch too, like in almost within hours. They were up on there
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Long.
It's really incredible work they do to try to, especially after disaster. And then just as those things happen throughout the year, as we deal with tornadoes and things, just be patient. Know that people are working their butts off.
Yeah. And kudos to my neighbor for mowing their lawn in the middle of all of
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes. I won't say who they are, like where they live on air, but they were outside just mowing.
Okay. That's hilarious. That's awesome.
Like when it was like when the rain was coming down, not when it was just the wind, like when the rain was coming down and everything, they finished.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm starting and I'm going to end this.
You got to finish it up while we're here. We can do it. There was points, I think, with that dust storm, you couldn't see like 5 feet in front of you. No. Like it got that bad.
More like a shadow, like across the street.
Yeah.
But
that was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. We have a fun week coming up this week. There's stuff going on this week, next week. I'm going to start with right here today. Today is Traction Tuesday at Traction Steam here in Mount Pleasant. It's a really exciting day. We have our normal Traction Tuesday stuff. It's once a month on Tuesdays, and we invite people who are have a business, are looking to start a business, want to support friends and family that are starting a business or have a business, to come and just celebrate entrepreneurs with us here in Mount Pleasant. We start with sort of a lunch. We usually go and grab tacos from wherever we can. Taco Tuesday, Traction Tuesday. So we go and grab tacos and bring them back to the office. And anyone who wants to grab tacos from anywhere in town, we have lots of incredible tacos, including from our guest today, which we'll get to here in just a moment, which I'm super excited about. And then after that, around, I can't remember the time. I need to look it up, but it's on our website. I think it's 2:00, and Ray's going to kill me for not having that written down. We have a wonderful guest speaker named Julie Lammers, who's an expert in business startups. She's going to be here, and she's going to help sort of guide participants through a process of what it takes to start your business, some things that you don't really think about when you're coming up with the ideas, things like that, and just make it a lot smoother transition and process. And then, of course, every second Tuesday in the month, we have this incredible event that we now call Homegrown. It used to be called Venture Club. It's now called Homegrown. And that's tonight at 6:00. It starts 5:30 social time, where we have a couple local entrepreneurs actually speaking to a group of other entrepreneurs and providing each other support. So things like, if you don't know maybe how to do marketing very well, and you're struggling with that, there's people in the crowd that have done it, that have been in the middle of it, that have struggled with it and gotten better at it. They can sort of show you the way without having to hire super expensive consultants and things like that. So it's going to be a really fun day. We hope you stop by here at Traction Steam in downtown Mount Pleasant for that today on Traction Tuesday. We also have an aviation celebration. Now, this is fascinating.
So, yeah, I remember it from when I was a child. Never did it because I'm terrified of flying. Yeah, but
you really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I am I've never left the ground. And yeah, you can take your kid out to the airport and they get to ride in the planes.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's to
the little tiny ones, like little puddle jumpers.
I think so, that's what they're called.
Yeah, I don't know. The official term. Yeah,
yeah, crop dusters, and it's to kind of spark the interest in aviation in the youth.
Okay,
I never personally did it because I was a coward, but go take your kid out.
Own it. That's good. That's good.
Go take your kid out so they don't become meek like me.
That's awesome. Well, hey, that's on May 13th from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. All are welcome to attend our fly-in breakfast. Students ages 8 through 17 can also take advantage of the EAA Chapter 700 first flights as well. It's a great program to get kids interested in aviation. Check it out. Feel free to print flyers to hang in your business or organization. I think that was a copy and paste from the rest, but I'm assuming there's flyers somewhere that people can grab.
On the chamber website.
Okay. I just read whatever you put in front of me.
I just copy and paste.
Stay classy, Mount Pleasant. For those who got that reference, sorry. All right. Another great event is Walk to End Arthritis. That is on May 20th. And it's from 8 to 12 p.m. It's at St. Alphonsus Catholic Church. You can contact Maureen Walsh for more information on that, 319-931-0399. Fees and admissions, roughly $35. Well, it is exactly $35. Yeah. I threw in the word roughly. And it includes a T-shirt. And I just found out that Robbie, my junior, he and his buddies have a little jazz band that they play. They play at Traction Steam usually. I don't know if they're lined up for tonight, actually. I didn't think about that. Usually they play here on Traction Tuesday. They're going to be performing at that, evidently, potentially.
Oh, nice.
Getting paid in food is what they were told.
Hey, when you're a teenager, that's the best thing you can be paid.
Oh, yeah. It's a good cause, too, I think. I don't think they would have taken a gig payment, whatever. Walk to End Arthritis. That's going to be fantastic. So that's going to be a really good event. Other than that, there's a lot of other fun stuff going on. You can check out the Mount Pleasant Chamber website, the Main Street website for other local community events. Did you happen to catch any of the fun events this weekend?
I unfortunately didn't.
No.
Just because of the whole moving Jade in took a lot more time than expected, and I was disappointed.
From what I've heard, the iOS in Chapel for the event on Sunday was an incredible event, incredible farewell to university. The concert.
I listened to it on the radio, so I didn't see it, but I listened.
Same, and the one thing I did hear is that it was super hot in there.
It's always hot for a graduation.
Now it is
graduation unless you're sweating,
right? But it is normally. But as we talked about with Bob McConnell just a couple weeks ago,
it was freezing.
Yeah, all the stuff's turned off and they're not fixing anything back up, and so it was super cold a couple weeks ago, and it was super hot on Sunday. But people got through it, and evidently it was a super amazing, just experience and a farewell to our beloved university here in Mount Pleasant. It's very good. All right, well, we're gonna head to commercial, but when we come back, I'm salivating just thinking about Trace Tacos. Seriously, we have the owners, the proprietors, and the amazing cooks and chefs, so-called. I don't know what's the right term for a is it a chef?
I don't want to call myself a chef.
You're not going to call yourself a chef? Okay. Let's say owners. Let's say owners, flat out. The owners of Trace Tacos Moss here in Mount Pleasant, Sami and Luke Davis. We'll be right back after commercial.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
Bring the kids and share the memories from steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Maybe your memories are of great food from the North Village to the Log Village, or going to one of the amazing concerts. This is the place where memories are made. Make plans now to enjoy the history of the past at the 2023 Midwest Old Thrashers Reunion, August 31st through September 4th in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthrashers.com for more details.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tony Starr and Mike Welcher in Mount Pleasant today.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant Live. Today I am here, and this is strange because I have them here in our space, but I'm usually over there in their space. The amazing Sami and Luke Davis, owners of Trace Tacos Moss. Welcome to the studio.
All right, thank you.
It's good to have you here. I'm not joking, everybody, when I talk about like salivating. Like when these two opened up Trace Tacos Moss, you know, Ray and I are somewhat of taco connoisseurs in our own heads. No, nothing beyond that, right? And we got really excited to try a new taco, right? And I can just say, it's a different taco than what you normally get. And it is one of the most delicious tacos I ever had. Like, just incredible. And I don't even know how to describe it. When you talk to other people about your food, they're like, it's not I guess it's more classic Mexican fare than what you normally see, but it's just so incredibly flavorful. And it just has this mix of like being at home in your own kitchen with your family growing up, while also being just this really good quality eating out experience. So sorry, I just had to get that out because I'm really excited to have you guys here. I'll shut up and let you guys talk about your restaurant and your food, you know. But can you describe to me sort of what was how did you get into this? What was the inspiration behind starting a taco joint in Mount Pleasant, Iowa?
I think it all started because, when COVID hit, a lot of people had a lot of job insecurity. And we kind of want to be our own bosses. And he's been bugging me for years to open a place. And I always told him no. And I finally gave in.
Nice. Yeah. So, I mean, Sami she needed a change of career. She used to work at sorry, I'm adjusting myself here. She used to work at the public library.
Right.
And she wanted to change her career. She worked there for 10 years.
Oh, so it was time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was done with, because I mean, neither of us were in the restaurant industry at all.
Seriously,
like, we have no experience. So
you do now.
Yeah, now we
no
do.
No doubt about that.
Now we do. But I was in private security.
Right. I wore my shirt just for you today.
Yeah,
security.
Yeah, I noticed
security. Yeah.
So I was coming from Afghanistan, like recently coming from Afghanistan, doing private security, and she was coming from the library. But I know she knows how to cook because that's why I married her.
Yeah.
No, I was joking. But
one of the many benefits.
Yeah.
Right?
So
that's
gonna hit me.
That's just a music. That's a music like a new. I was from Afghanistan. She's from the library. we started a taco shop.
It's either going to be a musical or a sitcom, one or the other.
Yeah. It could be. It could very well could be. That's awesome.
But anyway, so she was wanting to change. I figured, why, since I've been bugging her, she actually texted me. She just texted me taco truck.
Oh, I love it.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've been bugging her since we got married. Because, maybe a couple days after we got married.
Yep. You got to get everything signed and approved first.
Yeah.
I thought she should open a restaurant. She's always, she's a good cook.
Yeah.
So,
So that's an understatement, by the way. Good cook, and I know you do a lot of the cooking now while she's there at the front of the house. But she's obviously taught you
of her food.
Yeah, she's taught you well in the back. Sammy? Can you describe your recipes? Because that's the part I think that really sets you apart from a lot of other restaurants.
In great detail.
Seriously, and let us know all the seasonings because we want to make it in our own homes.
Well,
but what inspired you to have this type of food?
All of my food is home cooking. Like I learned from my mom, who learned from her mom, who it just kept going. It was just a whole bunch of Mexican women cooking at home. So I've always liked home cooked meals, and I really didn't like buying those little packages of pre-made seasonings. I make my own seasonings, and I've learned the different flavors and what gives food color and what gives food different seasonings, and I just figured it out that way. Trial and error. He got really big. He's a lot skinnier now. He ate a lot of my food.
I look really skinny.
Camera adds like 70 pounds,
Yeah,
man.
so I'm sure that
it's super skinny in real life. Yeah.
My recipes have gone up and down, and I've changed things here and there. But ultimately, what I have is just what I cook at home.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys eat at my restaurant. That's why I don't call myself a chef. I just cook. It's my home cooking.
I think the thing that sets, the way that her mom, and I'm not Mexican, so I don't know, but I have a lot of experience in that culture for the last it'll be 18 years. I was going to round it up to
18.
How many?
18 in December. I was going to round it up to 20, but she doesn't like when I do that. So.
Oh, nice recovery. Yeah. I'll take the shovel back now. Way to dig yourself out of that hole. Well done.
But the way that she was taught was, she was in the kitchen when her mom was cooking, and her mom would basically, have her be her gopher, and she learned that way. Basically, get this, do that, mix this. So she learned that way, and what sets her apart is a lot of stuff she had to kind of figure out on her own.
Sort of by taste, sort of like trial and error.
Right. So her food was different than her mom's food.
Yeah.
I mean, really good,
not all
but
of it.
different. So there's different flavors, and each family has different flavors. And so, if you come and eat our food, you're going to get our family's flavor versus going to another restaurant. It's not going to taste the same.
Well, and you sort of have a history of that, Luke, because you sort of Lucify some stuff every once in a while, right? Is that, I'm going to call it Lucification?
Yeah.
Can you describe to me the inspiration behind the loaded frijoles? Because those are ridiculously good.
Okay, so the inspiration. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of... I don't know if inspiration's the right word because basically what it was is I wanted this and that in my food, and I didn't want to get multiple different dishes. So I just put it in, because our food, came from backyard.
Lazy.
Yeah, I was being lazy.
Yeah.
So,
you sort of threw it all in the same bowl.
Family cookouts is where our food comes from. So I like rice. I love the beans. I like the the fajita, pico de gallo. Mm-hmm. The sour cream is she was so mad when she saw me put sour cream.
Sammy's shaking her head like, oh, I can't believe he did that.
But, I like all that stuff, and so they seemed like they would go together.
Yep.
So I put them
you just went with it.
So that kind of backfired on me because I took a picture of it to make fun of him.
Fun of me.
Oh,
and
that's
I posted
hilarious.
it on our Tres Tacos Facebook page. I'm like, look what this man did to my food, and plenty of people were like, "Ha." But where can we get
one? Yep.
And how much is it? And I'm like, are you serious?
That's hilarious.
And so that's where loaded frijoles came from because he would always do this to my food all the time. He just puts it out. No matter what I make mole, I make picadillo, and he'll just put it all together. And everything in me, not to, yell at him every time, but apparently it worked out, and it's now one of our best dishes there. People love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. I get it for my wife almost every time we come in. She loves a load of frijoles. And, you know, it reminds me, you know, I live in Texas 10 years. You grew up in Texas. Yes. And there's this whole other culinary like branch called Tex-Mex that a lot of people are familiar with. It seems very similar, except I'll call this like the Luke branch off Mexican food. Luke Mex. I don't know what the right term is there, but we started a whole new culinary direction with your sour cream. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. What Tex-Mex is. It's just a bunch of
Mexican food taken and made a little different.
And in whatever region of Texas you're, because Texas is huge. So you go down and you get, you know, quote Tex-Mex, and it's different everywhere for what Tex-Mex is.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You get, you know, the farther north you get, it's more like Taco Bell. It's more, you know,
what you're talking about.
But, you know.
And I grew up down south, like maybe 15 minutes from Mexico. So what I find my food to be traditional, it's not the same food that you would actually find in Mexico or you find further up in, you know, the northern states. So
Sure.
My kitchen is more traditional to me.
Yeah.
And what I grew up with at home. So I've had people that come in from different parts of Mexico that they come in and they're like, oh, this reminds me of home. I'm like, oh yeah, where's home? And they just happen to be from the valley.
Oh, that's
from
awesome.
Where I grew up. And I'm like, how does that happen? We have people that just, it reminds them of home from down south. Yeah. I like that. And
I just like to say that was my introduction to actual flavor when I moved to Texas, like real flavor. I love Iowa food, don't get me wrong, but as my son once put it when we moved here, it's like Iowa's like the England of culinary.
I never thought of that. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
They're so used to the spices and all that stuff. And I agree. As those who knew me when I left Mount Pleasant, I was a lot thinner. And then I went to Texas and came back. And oh man, the food is so good. So good. And I really appreciate you guys bringing a little of that here to Mount Pleasant. It's spiced up downtown. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but it gave us some really good flavors and things to eat here in Mount Pleasant that, while we have some great restaurants here in town for sure, we have quite a few. It was nice to have that sort of taste of when I lived there for 10 years as well, sort of follow us here to Mount Pleasant. And we go there all the time. We love it. We love it. That said, when we come back to Mount Pleasant Live after this commercial, we want to talk a little bit about starting a business, some of the challenges, some of the things. It is Traction Tuesday. It's all about starting businesses and maybe figure out how other people might be a little bit inspired to take a similar track in terms of starting their own stuff up here in Mount Pleasant. So we'll be right back after this commercial.
At 5 Star Community Credit Union, we want to help you lead a better life. We offer competitive rates and convenient appointment times for all kinds of loans: auto, recreational vehicles, home equity, line of credit, holiday, and personal loans. We make it easy to build your credit and enjoy the good things in life.
We invite you to join 5 Star Community Credit Union. We are community-minded and member-focused. Come visit our locations in West Burlington and Mount Pleasant or online at 5starcu.org. Federally insured through the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
At Brown Shoe Fit, we pride ourselves on traditional sit and fit service that's been serving the Mount Pleasant area since 1952. At Brown's, we have shoes for the whole family. From kids to adults, we carry the finest footwear for every occasion. Whether you're looking for something for work, casual wear, or exercise, we've got you covered. And don't forget about our selection of safety toe footwear for both men and women. Come visit us 6 days a week and experience the best in traditional sit and fit service. Brown Shoe Fit, where quality and tradition meet.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant Live. We're here with Sami and Luke Davis of Tres Tacos Mas. Guys, I know it's not easy to start a business, especially in a small town, you know, in rural Iowa. You don't have, 100,000 people that could potentially be customers coming, living within 5 miles of each other. So starting a business can be challenging, but you guys have seemed to have found a nice little foothold. I was at the Main Street event on Friday night, and I took a picture of your restaurant just packed full of people. And it was pretty amazing to see that moment and see you guys in the back, like, talking to each other.
It's amazing for you.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about the process of starting a business, what it took in terms of really being able to go from you pushing Sami to do something to actually making it happen, in terms of, like, did you have a business plan? Do people have to take out loans to start a business? What's it like trying to find space downtown? Whatever you're comfortable with sharing. But I mean, what are some of the obstacles that someone might find when they start a business, and what are some of the joys we'll get to in a second of having your own business?
So, I mean,
okay, to begin with, I think we got incredibly lucky with a lot of starting our business. The location, I was literally driving by from work, going home to, I think during lunch, and I saw it. So we got lucky doing that. And then with learning all the legal stuff, again, it was trial and error on that. It was really scary. But thankfully, he does really good research.
Yeah.
And he figured out a lot of that stuff on his own without me having to worry about all that just on myself. I just worried about the kitchen aspect of it, and he kind of took that on his own.
I think a lot of it is just doing it, because people get afraid. They're like, well, I don't have enough money. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. We didn't have, this was like I said, she was like, taco truck on a text. That's what started this,
Yeah.
So there was no long-term plan. That's the best way to do it, obviously. But, if you got to have, like, I knew that if we didn't do it, then if we were like, well, we need to wait until we have this, and we have to have, we need to have that, and we would never have done it.
Right.
It would have never happened. So, at some point you got to have that, line
Faith.
where you just
Moxie.
go.
Yeah.
So, if it's on a shoestring, you do it, and figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
So obviously, like I said, it's better to have a plan. We didn't have one. We just like, hey, you know what, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
All our savings went into it.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
We didn't have a long-term plan. So obviously, I started, I wrote out a business plan before we got everything going and everything, but it wasn't something that I had thought a lot about prior to doing it. So.
And we thought about the difference between a taco truck and actual location, and which one would be more beneficial business-wise. And I just thought during the winter, nobody wants to line up on a truck. So,
True.
So I'm like, I think it would be a little more financially stable if we do a location instead of the truck.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of tiny little details that you don't think about until like you're right there. And we never would think about those questions until we started at step one of like saying, okay, we're doing this.
Right. I always find the type of food you serve too fits year round. So like to me, like a basic taco in the summertime is just perfect, but the loaded frijoles in the middle of winter, I mean, it's like a stew or a soup almost. Like I even use as a side, your frijoles on the side is like, it just, you can eat different things throughout the course of the year that fit sort of the vibe of what's going on outside, which is really nice. You don't get that in a lot of restaurants, right? But so that really is I think the story of a lot of entrepreneurs. It's like you have a dream, you have a passion, you have something you want to try, and if you'll regret it if you don't, right? But after many conversations with both of you, but especially Luke, talking through logistics and supply chain for products and for your tortillas and all that kind of stuff, like it's a challenge to navigate not only running your own business right there with people coming in, but how do you get all your supplies? How do you make sure that everything's delivered on time and is fresh? All that kind of stuff. It's a lot. And I've sat with Luke and talked a lot about the details on that over the last couple months, especially. And I really admire you guys for taking the time to do that. And I know you guys are capable of thinking really in depth, because I've had some really incredible in-depth conversations about the Mandalorian and Star Wars with Luke over the years. So just so you know, Steffens, if you need to, just sort of geek out on Star Wars a little bit, just go get a taco and just start talking to Luke, and you're a good half an hour. Yeah, seriously.
Tacos and Star Wars.
That said, one of the things I love about the way you guys run your restaurant is you're always trying something new. And always trying to innovate and have a new product to sell. And it's one of those spaces you sort of dream of as a small town. You walk into a restaurant and they know your name, and they're like, oh, you got to check this out. And like Sammy will come around the corner, and I think you had like a torta or something. It was, and you're like, check it, you open it up and it's filled with like cheese and peppers. And I was like, oh, like it's just that's the kind of restaurant it is. It's very small town. It's very homey, and you feel like you're part of the community, in a way that you don't get at a lot of the chain restaurants. So can you tell us what's coming down the pipe? What's the newest thing you got? And are you allowed to?
Yeah.
Did I just drop a secret on you? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It depends on who you talk to.
Like, he wants to go whole hog on this, go crazy, and I want to like take a step back because
Sure.
he's not the one cooking.
I cook.
After I tell you what to cook. Now we want to make tortas, so we want to introduce tortas because I've had a lot of people that call in, and the first thing they ask for is a torta, and I'm like, we have burritos and tacos. Right. So we've had enough people ask that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start adding tortas, but the logistics of getting fresh made bread for that has become a little bit of a hassle.
Right.
We have to drive at the very least 45 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on where we go, just to get fresh baked
To
bread.
get the
bread.
right bread.
Sure.
It's not bread that you can go buy at the big box store.
Yeah.
It has to be the bolillo, the good bread for it. And I showed you some last time you were in there, and you just had like one version of what a torta could be, because there's so many different types of tortas. He mentioned that he had some tortas, and I'm pretty sure you've never had a birria torta before.
Oh, no. And the sound of that is just...
So we're looking into starting tortas. We might go get some today. After this, we might end up having to go all the way to Ottumwa.
Oh, gee.
Because we found a baker that makes bread like the stuff I grew up in Texas.
Oh,
like you walk in there, and it was like walking into my childhood of going home to buy tortillas and bread and stuff, and it was wonderful. And I bought some tortas, some bolillos, and brought them back, and I made tortas here. And so far, the few people I've had them tested on, they've liked them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of making a couple of different dishes.
Yeah, exactly. Like them is an understatement. Yeah, exactly.
His mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, his mother, she couldn't finish one. So
Yeah, depends, right? Yeah.
She took like a third of it. And my father-in-law is the one that ate the rest of it.
Nice.
So yeah, we have a couple of things that we're constantly. You like the big tacos he made the other day.
What do they call them? Sorry,
I'm not gonna get.
There was like a 4-week long debate over what to name these tacos.
Branding is important.
Branding is important, and it's so much fun. Yeah.
They're called gran tacos.
Gran tacos.
If you want one,
Dos manos. Dos manos. Right now.
So yeah, for Mike, that's what I wanted to call it, but it's a gran manos.
A gran taco. Gran manos? Gran manos. Okay.
See, there's still discussion about what it should be. It's just a big taco. That's what
It's on the menu,
Yeah.
gran manos. On the register, gran manos.
Ray Venz is still gunning for his own taco, just so you know. On the register, you click Ray's taco, and that's what it is.
I just put a little, because he has it a little different than what you do. So instead of typing out all the little different things, I just put Ray's Way, and he knows exactly.
He knows exactly what it is.
He knows what it is.
I'll put a button on a modifier.
Yeah,
Have
nice.
his own modifier.
Love it. I
I
love
was
it.
just talking about how my dream is to go to have a restaurant where something's named after me. That is my life goal.
Yeah.
So
That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Well, you just got to go over to Tres Tacos Mas a bunch.
So much.
Get to know
every
them.
day.
Yep, exactly. Well, speaking of days, that was a horrible transition. I tried. I'm not good at transitions here. But today is a really interesting day. Today is
a day of remembrance.
Yeah, a day of remembrance. That's a good way to put it.
And not the end of World War II on the Eastern Front.
Yeah, exactly. Not that kind of remembrance. Is that today?
Yeah, actually, it's today. Yes.
Oh,
But we're
geez.
different
Yeah.
type of remembrance.
Okay. Yeah. So that was that almost backfired on you there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a day of remembrance for our socks.
Yes, all the ones that we've lost.
Yeah, it's National Lost Sock Day. I don't know where they go. I'm just being frank. I have so many single socks.
You want to know something crazy that happened with Jade and I? She lost one sock, but then she found the pair, and now there's 3 of this sock.
Wait, what?
But she never had a second pair of this.
Added a sock. It multiplied like in the corner of the dryer.
Because she fell. It was like sitting in like the living room because she peeled it off when we were watching the movie, and it was there. And then I did laundry and I put it in the basket. But then this weekend, and it's not just a plain white sock. It has a design on it.
Right.
And now there's 3 of them.
So there's all
it's
this.
the opposite of we gained a sock.
Right, there's like multiverses in the Marvel cinematic universe, right? Like I think like that's the biggest proof we have that there's other universes out there. Is that our socks just boom? The dryers are a gateway. Yeah, they're portals. Yeah, just boop, gone, and then it comes back. Boom, yeah, exactly.
Just socks.
Certain speed at the right temperature, and you have a portal opens up, and the socks disappear.
Yep.
It must be small because only socks disappear. The shirts they stay, including all the coffee stains I have on them, don't disappear. That'd be nice. National Lost Your Sock Day, just in memory of all our lost socks. We have a fun game. I don't know if we told you guys ahead of time, but
we did.
We did?
No, we didn't.
We didn't warn about our fun birthday competition. So we're going to test, especially Luke. Luke, I know you're such a big celebrity gossip. I hear you all the time talking about the Kardashians. Every time I walk in the restaurant.
I don't know who that is.
We have a game. You want to explain what the game is?
Yes. So it's the birthday game. I'm going to put a celebrity whose birthday is today on the screen. You have to guess their age. If you're within 3 years, you get a point. If you get it right on, you get 2 points.
Okay.
Do you guys want to compete against each other and against Mike, or as Trace Tacos Moss?
I don't.
I'll compete against her.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Our first celebrity is, where is she?
Oh, yes.
It is Rosario Dawson. She is now going to play Ahsoka in the Star Wars.
That's right, Ahsoka.
Ahsoka Tano in The Mandalorian.
Yep.
We referenced that earlier.
I believe she was also classic. She was in the old school Space Cowboy series. I'm totally blanking on the name
Space Cowboy series.
Yeah. Never mind. I'll come back.
Cowboys versus Aliens?
What's that?
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. No, that would be awesome too. No, I'm completely blanking on what it was called. That's killing me now. It's one of my favorite ones, but I will. I'll put it in the Facebook comments eventually. But it's an old one that got killed out. It was a series. But anyway, I'll shut up now. Rosario Dawson. Rosario Dawson. Yeah, we'll go with Rosario Dawson.
So who goes first?
Whoever has the most confidence and doesn't want the biggest advantage, because then we all take our guesses based off whatever you say. So it's up to you.
So we're guessing her age, right?
Guessing her age.
Okay, 48.
43.
51.
She is 44. So Sammy hops out to a.
Oh, Sammy takes the 1 point lead.
Next up,
She's not going to see this, is she?
No. If she is, shout out to Rosario. Next up is Billy Joel.
Oh, yeah.
When I heard Billy Joel's voice, this is not what I pictured him to look like.
No?
No. Really? I don't know why.
I don't think it ever is. I mean, if you've never seen somebody's face, their voice is always
different. Yeah.
Like, he just looks like someone's dad. Like, I'd see him.
Yeah, he totally does.
I'd see him on a grill, not on a piano at
that makes sense.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That's fair.
67.
Yeah, I was going to go 71.
Let's see here. I don't think he's that old. Is he? I'll go 65.
He is 71, so Mike.
He knew. He already knew.
Yes, I swear I do not look these up ahead of time.
74.
So you said 74? Oh, they said 71. I'm sorry.
I might have been looking at. He's 74.
70. Oh, so I didn't even get a point.
You got a point because you said
made it within 3.
So that's 3.
Okay, good. I got a point.
So you tied it
I
up.
thought I hit it on the money.
Excuse me. I was looking at your guess, not.
All good. All good.
Next up, we have Noah Centineo.
Centineo.
He's been in a lot of movies our kids watch.
Yeah, he was White Boy of the Month for a while back.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
he's like
Twitter was obsessed with him.
So after like Leonardo
DiCaprio.
Say his name.
Back in the 90s.
He's in his 20s. I know that.
He's in like a lot of like, teen dramas.
Are you sure he's not older playing that he's in his 20s?
I actually looked up his age once. That's why I know he's in his 20s.
Well, because he plays like he plays like high schoolers.
Students. So,
yeah.
And he's like jacked.
Yeah, I'm like.
And it's like he does not look like he should be playing.
He's not 15. So he's. I think he's like 24, 25 somewhere on there. 24.
Yeah. Which one? 24 or 25?
24.
Okay, I'll go 25.
I'll go 26.
Everyone gets a point. He is 27.
Oh, I almost went 27, but I did Prices Right. Okay.
And then, so on the final celebrity, it's bonus points. Okay. So I find the least famous person. Where did I not save their photo? I find the least famous person, and I know for a fact I saved their photo. Did I save it in Mount Pleasant's. What?
It's gone.
It's gone.
I just have a name for us, or do we get the?
I'm gonna Google it really quick.
Okay.
Penny Parnevik.
Penny Parnevik.
Parnevik. She is a Swedish.
So she's gonna look about 10 years younger than she actually is.
Then Penny Parnevik.
She is a Swedish reality TV star. Here we go.
Swedish reality TV star.
It is our least famous person of the day.
So she looks like she's 17.
Careful, Luke. Careful, Luke.
So I'm gonna say she's 26.
Okay.
This is where double points.
Reality TV though. Reality TV.
Yes.
Is she like a TikToker or something?
So her dad is a famous golfer, and they live in Florida. And there's a Swedish reality TV show of them living in Florida in this mansion where they have like famous people come over and stay. Oh. And so then she's also, because of her role in this reality TV, she does like TikTok and Instagram, but she's also appeared in TV shows.
Parnevik? Is the golfer's name too? Or she's a married name?
If it's her dad. And I don't think she's married. I think she's dating a hockey player.
Okay.
I think.
I'll go with 25.
What'd you say, Luke? 26?
Is it 26?
Did I say 26? Yeah.
I'm going to say 30.
I mean, she looks pretty young, but
Botox, Florida.
She's dating a hockey player, and her
people look a lot younger than
in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard that.
Good luck after the show, Luke. Good luck after the show, buddy.
Well, she is 26. So
Whoa!
Luke wins.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
He just won the whole kit and caboodle right there.
The whole.
Congratulations. The whole non-trophy because you keep forgetting. Oh, the whole Grand Monos. Yes.
Oh, no.
That is amazing. Well, congratulations, Luke, on your victory. Good luck with your conversations after this about Swedish folks, and thank you all for thank you guys for being here today.
Well, if anyone in the town of Swedesburg's watching, I bet they feel.
Oh yeah, they would know. Yeah.
So shout out to our
good point. Yeah, shout out to Swedesburg. There you go.
Call them all young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's good.
Well done. You're going to sell a lot more tacos suddenly. That was awesome. A lot of Swedesburg people coming in tonight. Again, if you want to grab some tacos at lunchtime, bring them on over. Even just eat them at Trace Tacos Mas. You can. You guys open at lunch today?
We're gonna go down to Atoma to get those
the tortas,
so that we can serve some of those. So we'll probably be open around noon.
Awesome. Come on down, grab some tacos, grab whatever you want on their menu. It's incredible. There's so many cool things. And then thank you both for being here and sharing your story a little bit. Mm-hmm. And thank you to all of our listeners for watching Mount Pleasant Live.